everyone, and welcome to our Tech&R, all about Canva for real estate. I'm Susan Harrison, Senior Vice President with Exit Realty. I have a lot of skills, but graphic design is not one of them. Heck, I'm happy if I could put a border around something. Having said that, I want to put my best foot forward, so enter Canva. I first learned about Canva from our speaker today, and it was so easy to use, even I look good. Teaching us the ins and outs of this online graphics program is Frankie Joel, Director of Operations for the regions of Exit Realty of Alabama and Mississippi. Pour a cup of coffee, grab your lunch. We're going to spend about an hour together today. Take it away, Frankie.
Thanks so much, Susan. Hey there, everyone, and welcome. I'm so excited to cover some things with you guys today. We're covering Canva. If you don't know what Canva is an easy online design program that's available on a website as well as available on your mobile device that you can easily do and edit on the go. So what Canva basically is an online graphic design tool that allows the most basic graphic design user all the way to the advanced graphic design user the customability, the flexibility, the options to create stunning graphics, easily export them and share them through the system. So a couple things that we're going to cover today. We're going to cover how to navigate Canva, how to create your brand kit, how to do designs in Canva, how to make templates and share templates, how to export them out of the physical system, and how to share them using a cool tool built into Canva. So we're going to navigate, we're going to build a brand kit, we're going to do a design, we're going to build templates and share templates, we're going to export, and we're going to share. That's the main overview of what we're going to cover today in this webinar. So I'm so excited for you guys to join us. We're going to go ahead and dive into the first topic. A few things to note with Canva. First off, we are using the pro version on the desktop of Canva. So we are on a computer. We are using the website of Canva. You can also download a copy to your desktop. So there is a desktop program of Canva you can download as well. But I am using the pro version of Canva. So it is a small monthly fee, but unlocks a plethora of different add-ons and bonus features that you can use. So it's definitely recommended. You can easily get away with using the free version of Canva, but if you want to elevate yourself one step further, go ahead and subscribe to the pro version of Canva. So we're going to go ahead and dive into our first topic of navigation. So navigating around Canva is actually very easy. I think one of the best things that they did in Canva when they built the system was to make it as user-friendly as possible. We all know when something new comes out or we see something new and we want to try it, there's usually some apprehension to let's getting and diving right in. With Canva, that's simply not the case. It is very easy to navigate. They've built it where it's simple as like click what type of design you want, create a design, drag and drop elements. To me, it is probably one of the easiest tools for graphic design out there, or flyer creation or anything like that. Very easy to use. They made it simple to navigate, simple tools to use. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the tools and how to navigate the actual platform of Canva. Let's cover some of the navigation features in Canva. Canva is a very easy tool to navigate already. So they've really made it easy for someone to easily jump in here and grab and navigate through the system. So the first thing up top, you're going to see home. You're going to see the templates button. Templates will show you all the different template options you have available to you. So things from Instagram stories, Instagram posts, YouTube intros, canvas prints, stuff like that. You can go through and select those templates. Features are going to show you all the different features that Canva has in it. Canva has a bunch of different features, so you can go down here and explore all the different features built in, as well as under the Learn tab. This is Canva's design school and education section. So if there's something that you want to learn a little bit more in depth or learn about branding your business or something like that, you have the option of using that tool as well. This global search bar searches for anything in Canva, whether it's templates or an existing template that you have created. You can search for it through there. This is your little help center, so you can actually click into the help center and get some help on some things through there, through FAQs and website links. The settings allow you to change your account settings. Create a design, we'll get back to in 1 second, as well as here your profile allows you to adjust some settings as well. Create a design is probably the easiest button. So if you're looking to create a design, you simply click create a design. You have some options here. It has all the dimensions for Instagram stories, Instagram posts, logos, stuff like that. Or you can come in here and click custom size and put in your own custom dimensions. One thing to note with this custom size option is it automatically defaults to pixels, not inches. So make sure you change it to inches if you're going to do something like an 8.5 by 11 graphic or something like that. Up top, it says design anything. These are some options for you. The first one's your for you. So that is basically, these are things that I've created in the past that the system is letting me know, hey, here is the information that you've already done before. You can click on things like presentations, see the different presentation sizes. My favorite, social media, because it's got all the different social media icons, Instagram ads, Facebook event cover photos, Instagram story highlights, things like that. The opportunities are truly endless with the types of graphics. Videos, it will show you the different videos that you can use, the different print products you can purchase through Canva. Marketing, so things like posters, logos, business cards, blog banners, email headers, stickers, tickets, things like that. As well as there's an office option. So if you're looking for a graphic organizer or a resume or a report or something like that, you do have those options there as well. Same thing when you click more, there's a bunch of other different things. You'll notice they have a lot of different options and a lot of different uses pre-built into the system. Continuing down, you'll see things like recent designs. So these are all my recent designs that I've created in Canva here, as well as some existing, like, say, Facebook and Instagram and logos. These are some recommended things that are recommended based on what I have created in the system. Over on your left-hand side is a column that's got a bunch of different information in there. It shows, first off, is all your designs. So it shows all the designs I've created in Canva before. Recent designs show me the recent ones that I've touched and adjusted. Shared with you, if someone shares a template or a graphic with you, you can actually see all the ones that have been shared with you. Brand Kit, which we're going to cover shortly. This is where I can upload all my logos, my fonts, my colors, all into the system. Content Planner, this is where you can schedule content. So if you created content in Canva, you can actually schedule it to be directly posted to your social media platforms, courtesy of Canva. Folders, this shows me all my different folders as well as my trash. So you can actually organize graphics into specific folders as well. Scrolling down, you'll see starred and stuff like that as well. So those are some of the navigation features on the main side. What I want to show you is some navigation features once you're in a graphic. So here's a graphic that we are going to create shortly. And there's some navigation here. Templates, uploads, photos, elements, text, styles, backgrounds, folders, and more. There's a bunch of different things you can integrate into here. You can absolutely go through and integrate those. Up on the top, you're going to see some more navigations. Home brings you back home to the main screen. File, you can rename your design. You can show margins. You can save it. You can see the history of it. You can make a copy. You can download. Resize, we're going to talk about Resize. Resize is a great tool to be able to easily repurpose and resize content. When you click on specific elements, so I'm going to click on this image, there are a couple different things here under navigation as well for you. So you can actually click on effects and see some different effects. You can see things like photo filters. So if I wanted to add a black and white photo filter, I can do that. If you need to make adjustments on an image, like brightness, contrast, saturation, tint, you can do all of that there as well. You need to crop an image, you can do that. If you need to adjust the position or anything like that, you can do that through here as well. The cool thing under effects for the pro account is you can actually remove the background from the image. So if I click background remover, it's going to remove the background off of my headshot here. If you give it 1 second, it will go ahead and load. So it went ahead and removed the background image right off the back of my headshot. I can also come in here and add a color just by selecting up at that main navigation pane. Same thing with text. There's some options, some different text options and tools here to look at as well. And then you've got some options under download. You have the different downloads you could use, as well as under the 3 dots as far as navigation goes. There's some different things where you can send things to print. You can send them to specific platforms. You can schedule them for your Instagram business or Instagram personal pages, all through there. So that is just some overview of Canva's navigation tools. Okay, so Canva's Brand Kit is one of the best features, in my opinion, that you can have in Canva. What it allows you to do is simply upload your logos, upload your fonts, upload your color palettes, and have multiple color palettes running at once. And it allows you to basically save time when you're creating graphics. At this point, when you do your brand kit and you're designing graphics, with the click of one button, you can change all of the fonts, all of the colors, as well as when you're designing graphics, you don't have to remember your color codes. So every color has a very specific color code to it. And when you put them into the Canva Brand Kit, you no longer have to keep sticky notes. Like I keep sticky notes all over my desk of different color codes. And when you upload them into Canva, you never have to have a whole list of color code sticky notes available to you ever again. You can actually just simply put them in Canva once, click, click, change your colors easily through the system. So let's go ahead and dive into how you create a brand kit in Canva easily. In order to edit your brand kit in Canva, all you have to do is come over here on the right-hand side and you're going to select brand kit. So you're going to notice I've already got some of my brand kit set up, but if you don't have your brand kit set up, here's how you do it. So you can see I've got some logo files in here. If you want to upload a copy of your logo, you can just click the plus sign here. It's going to pull up a new window and you can attach your logo files in there from your computer. So I've gone ahead and uploaded a new logo in here for you to see. The next thing you're going to see is, first off, upload all your different brand logos in here. It will help you when you're in the design process. Then you're going to see something that says brand colors. So you can see I've got quite a few color palettes in here. But if you wanted to add a new color palette, all you have to do is click add and discover color palettes down here. So Canva's got a bunch of them pre-built in here for you if you wanted to. Me, I always like to do a custom palette. So I click on custom palette and you'll notice down at the very bottom, it's created a brand new palette for me. Now I like to go to a website called colorhunt.co. That's colorhunt, colorhunt.co. And this is a place that a bunch of graphic designers find different color palettes that they like. So a key thing to using Brand Kit is the option of adding in your color palettes. So you can see there's a bunch of different color palettes in here. So this one spoke to me. I like it. So I'm going to actually click on to this color palette here. And it's going to pull up the color palette. Now you'll see when I hover over on the color palette, it's got some different numbers followed, a hashtag followed by some different numbers. These are the unique color codes to this color. So if I wanted to copy this color palette into Canva, all I have to do is come here and click on that color code. It's copied. Come down here to Brand Kit back in Canva now and click the plus sign. Change the plus sign here, click the enter button, and now that color is now in my color brand kit. Same thing, this one, I like this color. I'm going to come down here, add in the color here, continue going down the list because I like all of the colors. Add them into my color kit. You can see how easy it is to actually create your own custom color palettes in Canva. So why we do this is the next time I come in, I can even name this. So if I wanted Frankie's new colors for 2021, I can name that color kit. I can also reorder the way that they rank. So if I wanted to bring this up to the top, so the next time I'm in Canva, I can do that. So I'm bringing it up to the top. It's my new brand colors. I'm going to be able to use them. The reason why we add in our colors is because it's easy to click them. Instead of having to remember the color codes, I can easily click these when I'm editing a design in Canva. The other thing is brand fonts. So it automatically sets something for headings, subheadings, and body. Those are the different sizes of text. So if you have specific brand fonts you like to use, you can actually select which one is your heading font. So I can take right here and I just say I don't like American Captain, but say I want to use this particular one here. I can change that. So every time there's a new heading, it's that font. Every time there's a new subheading, I can go ahead and choose what font I want to use there. Body, same thing. I can change the body text. If I don't like that particular one for body text, I can say, let's go ahead and use the light one there. So every time I pull up a new graphic, I can click heading, body, or heading, subheading, or body text and use that. Same thing, if you like fonts and you don't see any in Canva that you really like, you can actually come into here and upload your own fonts. So I use a website, dafont, DAFONT.com, and I actually take some of these fonts and I'll use these. So I can take some of these fonts, download them out, and actually come through here in Canva and upload the custom font into the system. So I can go through and upload that font in there. So this is why you have a brand kit, is because when you go in to do your actual design work in Canva, you can easily click the elements. And I'll show you, let me show you real quick. So I'm going to just create a standard Canva 1080 by 1080 post. I'm going to go ahead and pull in a template just so you can see what different things I'm talking about here. So if I want to use, say, I'm going to use this graphic, just a random graphic here. So it's working from home with kids. Say that I do not like these specific things. I can actually come in to Brand Kit under Styles. and you'll see my brand kit. So if I don't like these fonts, I can click brand kit and it's going to change. So did you see what I did? Let me go back real quick. So here's the fonts that's in there. I don't like it. I went over to styles, clicked on my brand kit, and it's actually going to override all of the fonts in here. Say I don't like the colors that are here, I can click Frankie's new colors and it will recolorize the entire template based on the colors I choose. Say you want to change something, you don't have to follow it always like this, but it's great because when you go under color selectors, all of your brand kit fonts will be here in your first top ones. So if I don't want this the dark blue, I can actually change it to be that. If I want to change the person to the black or the dark blue or the gray, I can do that as well through here. And that's why you have a brand kit, because I can easily come through here and do that. Same thing, if you're in brand kit, you can go under colors and see them. You can see them under fonts. As well as when you go to uploads, you'll be able to see your logo files have been uploaded. So I can come in here and find my exit logos. And I'm going to go ahead and find an exit logo so I can show you guys. If I wanted to take this particular graphic and put an exit logo on here, I can go ahead and do that. You'll notice it's got a bunch of uploads in there because I do use Canva often to upload, but I can actually shrink the logo, put the logo somewhere here on the actual graphic. So that's why you have a brand kit. When you have that brand kit in place, it just makes it easy for you to go through and do things. I'm going to recolorize it back to the original. Let me go ahead and switch this guy out here. There you go. So it was as simple as clicking a few buttons, and that's why it's imperative to have that brand kit, because I can click. Same thing if I move to a different template, watch how cool this is. If I move to a different template, we'll just go ahead and select a random template here. So say that this is my template, Cyber Monday sale, whatever it is. I'm going to come over to styles, collect brand kit. It's going to change it to all my colors, so it saves me that time and energy. Same thing, I don't like the fonts. Let me click over to my fonts. Now we're fully done in my custom fonts, and that is why you use a brand kit. So designing in Canva is actually another very simple thing. Not only is navigation simple, but Canva's design tool is a robust tool full of all the features you want and need, but it's actually very simple to use. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to create actual designs in Canva, how to adjust elements, how to add text, how to add icons, imaging, all of that through the system. And it's as simple as dragging and dropping. You can do two different versions. You can start fresh and create your own, but you can also go in here and you can actually use a pre-built template and build and customize off of that pre-built template. So ultimately, if you want your own custom look or you want a pre-designed look that you can go through and add your own spin and flair to, you have that option because the tool is very simple. Like I said, just drag and drop some elements, change some colors, and you can easily export it. So let's go ahead and dive in to how to actually design within the Canva system. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a custom piece of content together in Canva. So I'm going to show you the step-by-steps on how to do it. So we're on our main screen here in Canva. There's a couple different places you can go first off. You can see that there's this banner across here that has a couple different templates. So you've got something for presentation, Instagram posts, Instagram stories, stuff like that. Notice this is my For You. So this is basically, these are things that I've created in the past in the system. But if you click on social media here, we're going to just create a standard Instagram or Facebook post. So you can see I can select Instagram post and it's got the dimensions there already in the system for me. Or it's going to be a Facebook post or an Instagram story or a Facebook story or a Facebook cover photo. Maybe it's a YouTube thumbnail, things like that. There's options there. I'm going to go ahead and just select Instagram post because to me, I like doing most of my content in an Instagram post style. So I have gone ahead and selected that, and you're going to see it's going to pull up basically a blank canvas for you to work in. Canva, canvas, get it? So it's a blank canvas for me to basically work on and create. So when you're in here, you're going to notice a couple things. On the side here, you are going to notice there's a few different things coming down the side here. You're going to have templates. So you can use a Canva template. They're fully customizable, fully brandable to your graphics if you wanted to. For the purposes of this training, I'm going to create just a basic custom graphic for this. You can upload things. So if you want to upload images or your own image copies, you can do that here. So this is where you're going to upload things like your headshot, maybe your logo copies, or you're going to use your ones out of your brand kit. You can do that. You can go through here and do that. Photos on the left-hand side are going to bring you into different things in Photos. So you can come in here and see all the different photos. If you're a Canva Pro subscriber, all of these images are free to you. If you're a Canva free account and you don't subscribe to the Pro version, you'll actually have to pay for some of these images if you want to use them. That's why I recommend upgrading to the Canva Pro account, because it's an affordable monthly rate, and that allows you to get access to all these images in their library for free. Elements bring you into a bunch of different elements, so you can see all the different elements here. There's graphics, there's emojis, there's squares, there's shapes, there's frames, and we'll go through that as we build things out. Text shows you all the different text options, as well as you can search for fonts, as well as style that shows you all of your different brand kit information. So I'm just going to go ahead and start designing this out. First off, I'm going to go into elements and I'm going to select a frame. So I'm going to build basically a brand new listing graphic. So anytime I would get a new listing, I would use this particular graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here to this image. I'm going to click on it. So I want to use this square. So if you saw that, all I did was click on it and it's going to drag it in here. The reason why I do not have an image in here yet is because I want to use this for a very specific thing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab in this square image. And I'm going to drag it up a little bit so I can click on anything and drag it wherever I need to drag it. So I'm dragging it there because I want to create a little banner at the bottom of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to elements, click back to elements, and I'm going to go grab a square shape. So this square is where I'm going to put some text on. So I click on the square. It's already pre-selected my brand colors. If you notice when I click here, it gives me a couple different options. This expands outwards, and if you grab one of the sides, it expands or shrinks downwards for you. So I'm going to go ahead and expand and bring this bar down. I'm going to put it a little bit over my image, and I'm going to drag it. So I'm dragging it to fill up the entire image. I like a little bit of an overlay here, and I like to bring it up a little bit, just so I have some meaty zones that I can go in and put things in. I'm going to change the color. So when I click on that particular box, over here, there's going to be a color graphic. So I'm going to select the color, and I personally want to make this one white for this graphic. So I'm going to go ahead and make that white. Now, this is where I can overlay some text, but I want to use a photo frame so I can put a picture of the agent in there. So I'm going to click on See All, and I'm going to scroll through the photo frames. So I'm looking for a circle with a color gradient around it. So here is my circle. You can see I expand it, and I want to bring this down here so I can put an image of someone in it. Now you're going to notice that automatically went to teal. If you don't want teal, you can actually change your color by going back up to the top. So I want to use one of my ones in my custom brand kit colors. And then I'm going to come over here to text. So I want to put some text. I want to put the agent's name. I want to put their phone number. I want to put their office name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to text. I'm going to click add subheading because I'm going to do a subheading text. It really doesn't matter which one of these you use because you can really customize the text afterwards, but it just kind of gives a default text for you. So I'm going to drag this down here because what I want to do is I want to create this as a template so I can use this in advance, use this later. So I'm going to do agent name. I'm going to do phone number. Phone number. You can even, if you want to, if you're going to do a template, let's just do a template as if it's me. I'm going to do a template this way. And I'm going to do Jane Smith as the name. Now, if you come down here on Canva, there's a little slider tool as well. So if you wanted to make this larger, you can actually make this larger. Let me move me. So I can actually zoom in and see the space a little bit better. Sometimes you want to see things a little bit larger. Let me move me back here. So I've got Jane Smith, I've got the phone number. Maybe I want to put the office name or maybe title. Let's do title. So I'm going to put real estate agent. So name, real estate agent, phone number, maybe a brokerage name. and go ahead and put them out there. Now, see, it's kind of helping me set up the template a little bit because I'm going to template some things out. So these are some text options. Now, if I click on the text, you'll notice the bar up top here changes. So I can actually adjust the text. So if I want to make the agent's name larger, and maybe I want to change the text. So I'm actually going to click here where it's got the font name, and I'm going to change my font to something else. Maybe I want something a little bit thicker. So I'm going to change it to a thicker font. So you can see it really changes it up. So I'm going to put the name there. Maybe I want to bold or change the font on the phone number. I'm going to go ahead and do that as well, so it stands out a little bit more. As well as I've got the office name, so I'm going to put that there. Now the cool thing is you can actually click on anything and hit the shift button. So if I wanted to adjust all of this larger, I just hit the shift button on my computer and click all of the things I want to make larger. And I can actually drag all of them together as well as move them all together. So that's a pretty good set. Now remember, every single state is different. So make sure when you're creating your graphics that they're compliant with your state and local regulations. So the other thing that I'm going to do here is I want to add a bar strip down here. So that will allow me, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. That will allow me to add some text there. So I want to create a pretty cool looking and interesting graphic. So I'm going to come back to elements to add a bar strip down. I'm going to grab another square. It's already in the color that I want it to be. And I'm going to shrink it a little bit. So I want a bar strip, which is just basically a strip of coloring that extends down into here, as well as goes backwards. Okay, so we've got the bars here. These are all different, what we call layers in graphic design, and in Canva, they're different layers. So if I click on this specific layer, you're going to notice over here there's a few different options. When I click on the word position, I'm able to actually send this backwards. So see how it took that element and sent it backwards behind that one. So now it's backwards behind this white square element. So you can do that. I also want to adjust something else here. So you're going to notice that there is a couple boxes in a checkerboard pattern. That's the transparency button. So I want to make this a little bit transparent so the image behind shows through a little bit. So I can do that in there as well. And then I'm going to create some more text here. So this is for an open, a brand new listing. So I'm going to click add heading. I'm going to put the words new listing. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it in here. So I'm dragging and dropping a little bit. And there's a rotate option. So in order to put this on this, I want to rotate it so it fits within that box. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate that out here. And you can actually put it right there. So look at how cool that is. So I can put new listing. Now I can actually change that and make that font larger while it's there just by stretching it a little bit. Now, for this particular one, I'm going to do something interesting. So under here, under effects, there's a few options for text. You can actually add a drop shadow to it. So it adds some drop shadow there if you wanted to. But that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this thing called Splice. And notice how it now takes it and creates this cool little interesting thing. I love using Splice. I think it's a pretty cool option. And you can actually adjust some things. So I want to change the color. I want the background to be white on it. As well as you can change the offset. So where does the actual text fall? You have some options as well as how thick is the background text. You have those options there. There's options for things like glitching. There's things for echo. I like Splice. Like I said, I like to use that one. You can even change the color if you want to change the color out. I'm going to use white in the background. I think that's really contrasting and really good. There is also the option if you wanted to curve text. There is a curve feature in here now. So you can actually click on curve and curve the text. So if you say wanted to make the text in a circle to go around something, you can do that. But you do have the option to curve text as you can see on the screen. For this particular one, I'm not going to curve any text. I'm just going to leave it plain like this. So it says new listing. You can, if you wanted to, you could even do put the property address underneath. So I'm going to just add another subheading text here. And I'm going to do 123 Main Street. And then I'll put the city and state information. So you can actually come in here. I'm going to adjust fonts. Now, here's the cool thing about the Canva fonts that I didn't mention. There's thousands of them in this system. So if you can't really find a font that you like, keep searching. There is a ton. Now, the cool thing is also, like, if you have a specific one, so if you like cursive fonts, you can actually just type in cursive and it's going to pull up all of your different cursive fonts that are available. So if you wanted to use one of those. Me personally, I like coming in here because I like the ones that say corporate because they're very squared out and very nice. So I'm going to find a corporate font that I like. I kind of like that one. So I'm going to make it larger. And I'm going to rotate it. So I can go ahead and rotate that so it will fit underneath here. Rotate it to 90 degrees. Drag it over. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it fits underneath that. I'm going to change the text to white. So if you want to change the text on this to white, all you have to do is click white, well, the color here, select it to white. So now you have white text there, as well as you have the options, like if you wanted to add your logo. So you can come over to your uploads, maybe upload your logo or media into here. I've already got the logo uploaded in here somewhere. You can see it stores all of your different logo files and uploads. So I've got the logo right here. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I'm going to put it right there. So that allows me to customize that. I can really truly customize everything here in this account if I wanted to, in this graphic as well. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust some things around here. I want to center this. Actually, here's a really cool idea. If you're doing a graphic like this, why not put some of the pertinent listing information? So I'm going to go ahead and take some listing information and put it here on this graphic. So if you go under elements, you can type in bed and you can find a bed icon. So just find a bed icon that you like. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. I'm going to put bathroom. And I'm going to do square feet. Maybe just size. Maybe we'll just do size and we'll do a ruler. So I'm going to go ahead and use these specific elements. So I'm going to shrink these down a little bit. Put them down here. What I want to do is I want to make sure that they're all around the same size. So I'm going to shrink them down a little bit. Because what I want to do is I want to put the numbers above them. So I want the bed, I want the bath, and square footage. So you can see right there, you have that option. If I select all three of these by clicking the shift button, under position, there's something that says space evenly. So I'm big about making sure that things are evenly spaced out and evenly separated. So if you select all three of them, you can select the tidy up button and it's going to actually, if you saw what it did, so see my elements were not all equal in their layout. So down here, if you look, when I click the tidy up button, it's going to tidy them up and make sure that they're all equal, which is really good for a C-type personality like me. You have access to do that through here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add in some text. I'm going to add in some heading text, and we're going to say that this is a 3-bedroom home. So I'm going to go ahead and make this text pretty large. So it's a 3-bedroom. We'll say it's a 3-bathroom and 2455 square feet. 2455. Okay, so I can actually take all this and select and highlight it if I want to, or I can click each one and click shift and shrink them down a little bit. Now I'm going to tidy them up once again because I want them to go evenly over the top of each of the relevant icons. You can even change the color on them. So if you want to change the color, just come in here and select your colors. Right there from the elements screen. This is why it's essential that we create that brand kit, because I've got all of my branding colors here now. So I can go ahead and do that. Move some elements around. So I'm moving my elements around a little bit so I can even them out. Notice this 3 is not level. So what I've done basically is I've created my own custom graphic. If I wanted to, say, center these, the same thing as before, come over, select all of them, click position, and then I want to align them to the center, as well as I want to align them vertically to be spaced the exact same. So I can do that. Now with the image here, this is the great thing. So notice how they're like little images. So I have the opportunity now where I can actually save this as a template, which I'll show you in a second, but I can actually use this. So if I wanted to come over to photos and say that I have a photo of a house, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is my new listing. All I have to do is take my listing photo here, click and drag it from my uploads, and now I can actually put my listing photo there. Now, sometimes you'll notice that the image doesn't fully fit. If it doesn't fully fit, you can actually come in here, click and drag it to fit the location that you want. So I want it to look a little bit like that. So now you can see some of the house right there. So you can actually just double click on the image, drag it on over, and you have that option there. Go ahead and click the done button. And now I need to take my photo. So I have my photo right here in the system. I'm just gonna click and drag it on over. Notice how my face isn't really up close. All I have to do to change that is double click on it. I'm gonna drag the corner and put my face right there in that graphic. So now my face is right there. If you don't like the background of your image or of your headshot, there's a very cool feature that's available in the Pro option of Canva. So I'm gonna select back into that image, and I'm going to click on the effects button. So I'm on this particular image of me. I clicked on the effects button. And first off, there's a bunch of different effects that you can do to your image, but you'll notice something that says remove background or background remover. You can actually remove the background from any image in Canva. So it's perfect for headshots. So if you have a background that you want to remove, it will automatically remove that from the system for you. So you can see it automatically took out the background for me. Now, what do you do, Frankie? So say I want to change the color of my image on my back. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate. So I'm going to click on my image and click the duplicate button here. It's next to the lock and next to the trash can. I'm going to duplicate it right on there. And I'm going to put it directly behind the image. So now this is directly behind me, a secondary one. And you're going to notice there's some color options. So I'm going to change this color that has the multicolor wheel here. I'm going to change this to the color that I want to use. So I want to use this specific teal. I'm going to go ahead and select the image color that I want behind it. That way now I've removed my original background color, which is funny because like my original one looks exactly like that. But I was able to go in there and I was able to change the background of my image. Super duper easy to do. And what it is this animate button. So you are actually able to animate your image now. So I can save this as a PNG file or a JPEG file. So I'm going to save it as a file just so I can post it to social media. But I can actually come in here and click animate. And when I click animate, there's a few options. What it's going to do is it's going to turn this graphic from a still graphic into an animated graphic. So if I click on block, it's going to block out some of these things. So notice how it created a little bit of an animation. Created some animation. If I wanted it to breathe, it could breathe. If I wanted it to fade, I really like to use pop. So you can look at the pop one. You can use baseline. I like baseline too. I think that one's a pretty cool graphic for you to use as far as animation. There's a bunch of ones. Come in here, play around with it, where you can animate things outwards. The block one's pretty nice too. So that's it as far as the different things you can do here to build custom graphics. Now this is just one custom graphic. There are tons of different ways you can build custom graphics, but it's as simple as dragging and dropping elements to create your custom look and feel in Canva. So the template feature in Canva allows you to easily create templates that not only you can share with individuals. So if you manage a team or you manage an office and want to share templates with individuals within your team or office, you can share those to them where they can't actually edit your original design copy, but they can actually create that design in their account and customize it for themselves. So that is one option with templates. The second option, which I recommend using templates for, is this. If you are like me, you get stuck up in the hustle and bustle of things going, and you could easily, by accident, go and edit your original design, add photos, adjust text, things like that, and then you're not able to revert it. So that's why with the second option, you can actually create templates in your account and store them, and then you only edit on those templates. So it's as simple as creating a folder in Canva, which I'm going to show you how to do. You can create that folder in Canva. You can put them in there. You can create templates and adjust templates and edit from those exact templates. Like I said, the cool thing is you can sort them. So you can have a template for things like coming soon, under contract, new listing, just sold, things like that. So you can actually create those templates, store them right there in the system for yourself. So let's go ahead and dive in on how to create and share templates using Canva. Templates for Canva. I want to show you 2 different ways to do templates. First, I want to show you the templates and where you can find them. And then I want to show you how to actually create your own custom template for your marketing. So the first thing under templates, you're going to come over here to the very top and you're going to notice templates. So you can actually click in, like say you want to create an Instagram story or an Instagram post. Let's click on Instagram story here. And you'll be able to see all the Instagram story templates that they have available in Canva. Now, the cool thing is there's a search bar up here. It's called global search. So if I wanted to search for just say real estate, I can type in the word real estate and see all the different Canva real estate posts. Now, what you're going to notice is you're going to notice a lot of agents have just used the overall generic and haven't actually customized things a little bit. So there are those options there. So I'm going to find a template and just show you what happens when you click on one. So say that this is the image I want, the graphic I want to use the template. All you have to do is click in template, click use template, and it's going to bring it into Canva where you can actually go through and design it out. Now, in order to bring it to what I like to call my brand kit, I'm going to click on styles over here on the left slider. I'm going to click on fonts, and it's going to change all of the fonts in this graphic automatically to my brand kit fonts. And then I'm going to select colors. So it's going to move everything to my brand kit colors. If I don't like the way it did it, there's actually a shuffle button, and it's going to shuffle around my brand kit colors until it picks the one that I like. So if I say that I like the way that this one looks, we are good to go. Now, the cool thing with here is like I can just come in here and change out the photos. So here's my listing. Say that under uploads, I've got another image I want to use. Like maybe I want to use this image. Now I have my images here. I can come in here and edit the text. If you don't like grand open house, I can edit that. I can change this to 123 main. Whatever I want to do, I can fully come here and customize. If I wanted to add my logo in here, I could add a logo file if I wanted to. I do have the opportunity to do that. I can add in my photo, or if I have my photo in here somewhere, I can go ahead and do that. Add my photo into this graphic if I wanted to. Maybe I wanted to add a frame. You have all those different options. That's option 1, is using custom templates that they already have built into Canva. The second option is creating your own templates. So we created this graphic, and what I want to show you is how you can actually take this graphic and convert it into a template for you to use. So when we're talking about templates, you have that option to come in here up to the 3 little dots and convert it to a template. So it says, how would you like to publish? I'm going to go ahead and type in the word template, and I'm going to template it. The reason why I'm templating it, it's going to ask you to select a folder, create a new folder, obviously, and you could put 2021 graphics. Add a new folder, publish the template, you're publishing it. Now you can actually come in here and click view template and see what the template looks like in the system on the back end. So the reason why you would do this is so you don't mess up your original template. So you don't mess up your original file. So every time you go to create one, so say you get a new listing, you've already created your template. Say you have one, I recommend creating ones for a new listing, under contract, maybe coming soon, just sold, recently sold, stuff like that. But what you can do is you can actually come in here to your template. Do not click edit original unless you want to change something on the original. I always like to click use template because it's going to copy it so I don't mess up how my original template is set. Now I can come in here and I can grab my images. So if I have, say this is the house. It's not the house, but I'm going to use it as an example. There's the house image. I want to change this to 456 Main Street. Maybe I want to change this to a 5-bathroom, 6-bath. Maybe it's 12,000 square feet. I don't know. This is just a sample. So I can change that on that graphic. I can also come in here and change my photo out. Say you change your photo and you want to change your photo. You can do that. You can come in here and change your photo around. So it's basically a whole new design, but I can actually come back here to my original and it has not changed my original template. This is where it comes into play if, say, you want to share these with people in your office, or you have a team and you want to share custom graphics with them, or maybe you get a group of people in your office that everyone creates their own custom Canva templates and you share them together. This is where the reason why you share as a template and you don't actually share the original design. Because when it's a template, it's going to say template right there on the graphic. But when I click the 3 little dots here, I can click Get Shareable Link. So I can actually copy the link to that. So the next time you go to share it, you can actually share the Canva link to the template. So I can either click Get Shareable Link, or I can click on the template and you're going to see something that says Share Template right here. Preferably use the Share Template one, because watch, there's a difference. So now it just pulls up the graphic. But when I click Share Template, it's going to say a template was created by Frankie Joel and it was shared with you. Would you like to start designing? That way they do not mess up your original template. So you can do that. The other cool thing is Canva took it a step further. And anytime someone shares a design with you or shares a template, you can click the Shared With You button and you can see all of the templates that have been shared with you. So you do have the option to go through and see all of those ones that have been shared with you as well. That is the reason why we use the template section in Canva. So people do not mess with your existing template, as well as you can share them with other individuals, as well as there's another element to templates is there's hundreds of different templates of cards and resumes and postcards there in the system for you. So 2 different ways for templates in Canva. One of the best features in Canva, in my opinion, is the export options. So you actually have the options to choose how you want to export your graphic or your content. So say that you did a graphic in Canva, and I'm going to show you how to actually do this, but say you did a graphic in Canva and you want to export it as a PNG file. So a regular image file is a JPEG or a PNG file. The PNG file to me just shows everything a lot more higher resolution and it looks better, but you can actually export as a PNG file. If you have, say, a animated graphic, you can export it as a video file or as a GIF, a GIF, and upload that somewhere. So if you wanted to create your own actual, say, GIF image, you can actually animate some of those things in Canva, save it as a GIF, and upload it into your social media pages. You do have access to do that. You can export as PDF copies, so PDF of a flyer, so you can send it to a printer. There's a ton of different export options, and we're going to go over them on how to actually export in Canva, what you can export as, what the different file types are used for. But you have all those options in Canva to export things how you want. That is one of the best features, in my opinion, with Canva. So let's dive in to how to actually export and what to use export options for. Now that we have our graphic created, now we want to export it. So in order to export, all you're going to do is click on the downloads button and it's going to give you some options here. It's going to automatically usually suggest PNG file. This is a high quality image file that makes things look really, really good. So if you want a large image, a lot of megabytes, this is what you use. The cool thing is you can adjust the size. So right now it's 1080 by 1080 pixels. If I wanted to make it larger, it's going to bring it up to 3240 by 3240. So it just makes it a larger graphic, depending on what you're using it for. If you have elements of white, you can actually transparent the background and it will remove the background to make it a see-through image. They have JPEG, which is a smaller image file size. You can also adjust, like I said, the sizing of the image as well as the quality here. You have PDF. So if you're creating a PDF flyer to bring to a printer, or you want to send something via email as a PDF, you can absolutely do it as a PDF. There is a difference. There's a PDF standard, which is a small file size, or for flyers, if you want a large file, you can do a PDF print quality. SVG is a vector file, so it's basically a vector file that you can have things cut out. So if you have a logo that you want someone to cut out using like a Cricut machine or a vinyl cutter, you can do that. MP4 video, if you have an animated post, you can actually export it as a video, as well as GIF. So the GIF is one of those things that allow it to be a short, it's usually about a 3 to 6 second clip that repeats itself. So if you wanted to make a GIF out of it, you can as well. MP4 video, you can actually put audio behind things. There's audio editing tools in Canva as well. So for me, usually I just do PNG file. I download it. It's going to say it down here at the bottom that it's downloading, and then it's going to pop up on the bottom of my screen. So that is how you go ahead and use the export options. As well as when you click the three little dots, there's some different scheduling tools, print options that you can come in here and mess around with and export that way as well. Once it's done exporting, it's going to see you saved your design. So it saved it directly to your computer, where you can share them on social media directly, email them to yourself, or something like that through the export option. Those are the different export options you have. So Canva has this pretty awesome tool built directly into the system, and it is referred to as Resize. Resize and copy, or Resize. So what Resize allows you to do is, say you've created a post for Facebook and you're posting it to the dimensions for Facebook. Say you want to copy that exact graphic and create it for Instagram stories, maybe a YouTube cover photo. You can do that instantly in a click of one button. Simply use the Resize tool, select which kind and sizes you want to resize it to, and it will actually copy and resize that graphic to fit in those specific dimensions. So every platform has their own unique dimensions for posting. So it allows you to easily take content, repurpose it that you've created, and resize it for posting. It is probably one of the coolest features that's available to you in Canva. So let's dive in on how to use the Resize tool in Canva. Okay, so let's look at the Resize tool. So the Resize tool is a great option. So you created your graphic here. So I created this one for Facebook and Instagram for posting. If I wanted to resize this and say use it for an Instagram story. So an Instagram story is not this square graphic. It's actually a vertical to fit your actual phone. That's the whole point of an Instagram story. So if I wanted to come in here, you'll notice that there's a resize button. This is what I like to call the magic resize button, because it resizes the graphic to fit exactly what I need. So when I click on resize, I can create a custom size here if I wanted to. But if I wanted to create an Instagram story, I can click Instagram story and it will automatically resize this to the specific dimensions. As well as I want to create a Facebook post. And just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and find something else to resize it to. I'm going to go ahead and resize it into we'll just say business card. So I've selected those three options, and I'm going to click the button that says copy and resize. What it's going to do is Canva's now going to magically take this piece and what they call is remix it. So they're going to remix it to fit that graphic into the size of that specific image. So here is the Instagram story resize. Here is the Facebook post resize, and here is the Facebook cover photo resize. You'll notice the tool is great majority of the time. Sometimes it doesn't fully resize how I would want to, but all of the elements are there, which is nice. So I don't particularly like the way that it decided to resize this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the elements to fit where I want the elements to go. So I wasn't happy with it. So the beautiful thing about Canva is I can actually come in here and just adjust my graphic to fit however I want to fit it. So if I don't like the way that the system does it, the nice thing is I can just come in here and I can override it. So all I'm doing is just basic modifications here to redo the graphic. So now this is an Instagram story sized post. It will fit properly within Instagram stories. Here, this one's for Facebook. It's pretty close and accurate. So I could actually just take this graphic here and just move some things around, and we'll be actually pretty good for a Facebook post. Now, you can always post that Instagram one right directly to Facebook as well. It's perfect, but sometimes people like to resize them and make them custom. So that's what the Resize tool is for, to easily resize your graphic and remix them to fit those specific social media posts. So it's basically so you don't have to sit there and recreate the post every single time. You can use it as a tool to just remix and resize and redo it for your posting. That is the magical Resize tool. Inside Canva, you have the option to share directly to social media. So you can actually post that specific graphic or that flyer that you've created directly to social media. And it's very simple to do just by clicking a couple buttons. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. But also, I'm going to cover the content planner. So you can actually create custom graphics in Canva and pre-schedule them out to post on your social media pages. And that is a free tool that's included in Canva that you can easily schedule things to your business pages and things like Instagram to automatically post directly from the system. So you no longer have to actually save and download, move it to one platform, schedule it through there, and then have it post on social media. You can do it all directly from Canva now. So let's go ahead and dive into the content planner and how to actually share things out of Canva. So Canva has some great sharing features built into the system. So when you're done editing your graphic, you can actually come over here to the three little dots and you'll be able to see, okay, I can click here and post it to my Instagram personal account. If it's an Instagram business account, I can do that as well. As well as I can come down here, I can share a link to it. I can put it on a Facebook page, my Twitter. I can send it via email. I can put it in a Facebook group, maybe upload it to my Google Drive. If you have Dropbox, you can upload them directly into your Dropbox, Microsoft OneDrive, MailChimp, LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn page, Slack. You can embed it somewhere. You can put it into PowerPoint. There's a ton of different options for you to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on LinkedIn profile. So I've connected my LinkedIn profile and all my social media in here. So I can actually one click put my actual description in here. So I could put like new listing, check it out. And I can actually click publish now, and it's actually going to publish it directly to my LinkedIn page. Now you can do this with Instagram, you can do this with Facebook, and you can do this with LinkedIn and Twitter right now. So you can come through here and do that. There is another cool option. So you do have those options for sharing through here under the three little dots, or you can use the new Canva content planner. And what this allows you to do is pre-schedule out your content and see it on a monthly content grid. So you can actually pre-schedule out that. So before, what would happen is a lot of people would actually have to take their content, download it out of Canva, move it to a different platform for scheduling, schedule it from there, and then wait for it to post. You can actually do that built into Canva now. So all you have to do is connect to your social media accounts and say that I want to post something today. So I'm going to go ahead and post, click the plus sign. I'm going to select my graphic. So you'll see it's pulling all of my recent graphics. Say that this is the graphic I want to use that we just created. It's going to ask me to look at it, check to make sure it's correct, and then I want to schedule it. So I want to go ahead and schedule. I'm going to change the date and time. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, let's just say 6 p.m. Click done on the 27th. I'm going to go ahead and schedule it. I'm scheduling it to my LinkedIn profile. It's going to say, is this your LinkedIn profile? Yep. You're going to go ahead and put in your text. So new listing alert. And I'm going to schedule post. So you're going to notice it's going to automatically schedule that post to my LinkedIn page, and it will automatically post this graphic organically to my LinkedIn page. So now when I look at my monthly grid, my content calendar grid here, for May 2021 on the 27th at 6 p.m., this is the graphic posting to my LinkedIn page. And you can schedule as many different ones as you want through here, as well as there's a tutorial under this Learn More button. So I can actually click on it too if you want to change it or unschedule it. You can absolutely do that through here as well, but you can always see what's being posted. That's the cool thing, and those are just some options to actually share content directly out of Canva to save you some time, save you some energy, and save you some steps. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I know about me that was a lot of content to cover about Canva. There's a lot of different features you can do. That's what I've learned from this session. There's a lot of different features. There's a lot of different tools that you may not know about in Canva. And that's what this session was all about. Now, the cool thing about this session is it was recorded. So you can actually go back through and pause and play to rewatch the recording of this session once it's available. So you can actually implement. What I recommend doing, this is how I implement things. I pull up a recording and I pull up the actual platform or website, whatever it is, and I pull them side by side and I pause and play throughout the session. So you can actually implement and learn the tool in person while watching the recording. Now, the cool thing about Canva and social media together, what I love about them is this. First off, with social media is a place where you get to express yourself, you get to be your fearlessly authentic self online, as well as you get to create your own voice. And Canva helps with that creating of your own voice, as well as creating your own tangible personal brand to publish to the marketplace. So with Canva, first off, it's a super easy tool to use. As you can see, there are a bunch of features, but they've made it super user-friendly to use and implement with. The other thing with Canva is it allows you to basically create unlimited opportunities for you. You have the unlimited opportunity to create your own brand, bring in your own colors, your own fonts. You're never going to really see someone have the exact same content because each piece of content out of that system is extremely unique and personalized to you as an individual because of those fonts, because of those colors, because of the logo and stuff like that. So that's the cool thing that I love about Canva and social media hand in hand. Now, a couple pro tips with social media. People are looking for three things. They're looking for value, they're looking for experience, and they're looking for knowledge base. So when they're looking for value, they're looking for things of value to them. Information, maybe it's some market statistics, maybe it's some first-time homebuyer tips, maybe it's some tips on how to get your actual offer accepted in today's market. Then they're looking for something for experience. How does it make them feel? Does it evoke emotions? Is there any experiences maybe they haven't done before that they want to do, such as providing information on the local community? You could do graphics to provide local information as far as restaurants, local events, upcoming community events, maybe a little feature about specific things in your subdivisions or communities. And then they're looking for knowledge base. So that's where your MLS statistics come in. Use your multiple listing service, get some market data, market knowledge, create some beautiful graphics in Canva with that. There's plenty of templates out there for it, as well as you can create your own custom as we have shown you today. That's what I love about social media, is this system works hand in hand with social media. You can even schedule your content. So if you're like me and you like to batch create a bunch of content, so you don't have to constantly focus on creating content, maybe you spend a couple hours a week creating content, you can actually batch schedule it in that content planner that we covered. So you can actually schedule all of that directly out of the system, send it to social media, post it out there, share it, and it will actually be in front of the marketplace. That's such a cool feature, and that's going to save people a lot of money because a lot of people pay for social media scheduling tools, and now you can do that all through the system included in the membership, which is great. Thank you so much, first off, for taking time out of your busy schedule. I so appreciate it to watch this session. If you have any questions, my information is up on the screen here. You can also text Frankie to 85377 for my mobile business card, and feel free to connect and reach out there as well. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the GoToWebinar chat and we will get those answered as well. I want to thank you, the Exit Nation, so much for allowing me this opportunity to present this webinar to you. And thank you so much, Susan, for the opportunity as well. And back to you.
Thanks so much, Frankie. That was like taking a drink from a fire hose. Just as you suggested, I know I'll watch the recording again when I'm actually logged into Canva, and I'll pause on each section so I can really apply what you taught. So everyone, Frankie's contact info is on your screen. Thank you again for taking the time to join us. Have a great day.